they do have that. In Chinese, it's called the charcoal grilled skewer combo. Kebabs, basically. Potential fight over topside. I don't think it's a safe dive topside. There's a lot of members in the area from JDG. Might be a fight in topside jungle. Shun has empowered everything. It's cancelled out on that W. Not great from Shun. Hook, though, onto Vampire. Level 6 coming through from the Aurora. Flash away, and it's not enough for Vampire to survive. Shun flashed away, too. First blood over to JDG. WE getting blitzed by the... You get to stand and fight. You have a little bit more repositioning that, but... yeah. Dragon's going to start it and finish by JDG fairly effectively. The Kai'Sa passive helped him with that. The IG Kai'Sa skin, of course, a fan favorite here and a player favorite one. Dragon finish doesn't have the level 6 just yet. Draw does. He's lost a lot of XP here, potentially because of that first death, potentially because of some of the early roams. Oh, ult coming through from the... Paze just cleanses in the wrong way. He'll die here. Good to Nautilus ult there. I'm actually surprised that Paze is living right now. Draw, does he have the ability to get out? Nope, he doesn't. Taeyeon trying to get the kill, and he does. Flashy flash forwards. Taeyeon gets himself a double. Paze, a bad cleanse from him means the blue pings. I don't see that many red pings, but they are moving down towards it. Troy does have flash, and Old Monkey gets himself a flash, and that's it. Pop Blossom afters. However, look at the ultimate onto Taeyeon. Does that change anything? The Aurora goes down, and the Yunara starts to pop off. Good equalizer. The Ornn's a little bit late into the party. Paze might be able to turn around something onto Monkey. Xiaoshu gets one back. Double knockup. Taeyeon, remember, has no flash, but he does have that one little dash as well to go into it. A Grand Starfall for reasons I have no idea why. Shun going forwards, but does he have the damage to make this work? Gets the E and misses an auto attack and the Q. Taeyeon lives as Shun completely airballs the play at the end of it. Shun, look, it is a bit of both. There's some questions in chat. Someone saying, yeah, Crimson Secret saying, I don't know if it's good movement from, or is Shun completely whiffing. To see if they can dive onto the Yunara later, that Aurora. Scout does have flash. He does have ult. Might have to use it again. The wall's then missing. Shotgun landing onto Monkey. He's quite tanky for this point in the game. Shockwave onto 2. The Impale's not fantastic. Pop Blossom coming through. Skarna's down, but Nautilus is as well. Yunara does have the flash now. Does he have the ability to rearrange the fight? Maybe not, with the Kai'Sa making their issue their own. The W misses, and Pace does get the assassination Q, but I don't think he has the damage now. And this is the problem with Yunara. They can't reposition into plays like that particularly effectively. Karis not doing bad here. An Electro Harpoon onto Scout, and Pace also very threatening. Xiaoshu will go down, and the play will be at least a 3 for 2 in favor of JDG for now. But I wonder whether they'll be able to see things out completely. Pace doesn't really have the ability to do that much good damage back from Scouts. The Leandri's not going to be able to kill him through the Molten, through the Scap Shield, rather. Scout and Boss. So remember, there are 3 grubs to the side of WE. When they start winning plays, things go nastily afterwards. Roots onto the Nautilus. Monkey, does he have Impale? He does, and he catches out the AD carry. Oh, Monkey, that Skarna has been a feather in their cap for so long. A teleport in, I don't think it'll matter. WE are starting to roll over this game. JDG mis-executing fights, caught out by the sublime play there of Monkey. They'll use that 3 grubs. The shockwave, insult to injury. Another kill as Scout goes down. The Aurora with the early kill has not been a big factor this game. WE will use the 3 grubs and take a 2 turret push. Great plays from as JDG fall. High damage, comparative, I suppose. Objective bounties available for JDG. Yep, that's how bad it's gotten. Objective bounties are on the table. Atacon and Dragon start up at the same time. Well, there was a moment where there was no smite there. Teleporting in with the Ornn, trying to get a flank combo. JDG looking potentially for a fight. Draw has the Spider Naut away to safely if he needs to, and indeed does. JDG. Their team fight execution has been just not there, has it? It's the replacement. It has been a revolving door of JDG. Clearlove is their coach, yep. We have Scout and Clearlove, EDG legends, instead for JDG now. Atacon presumably started again in the Fog of War. Yep, JDG will sniff that one out. WE not cleanly taking this so far, though. They do have a wave being pushed into top lane turret. Good tank in the Atacon so far, not taking ample damage. I don't know if I love JDG being allowed to get in here. Potential shockwave coming through. Shun, not fantastic from him. Vampire gets a 2-man knockup. It's not onto the carries, but Shun's used his E. There's no smite left available. Monkey's fairly tanky, but is he tanky enough? Knock up onto the Nico. Is that enough? Xiaoshu could flash out, but he flashed that late. Way too late. Atkan now being taken with no smites available. No one has it. Pays. Go at Taeyun. Shockwave. Not going to catch him, but it's not going to be needed. Taeyun takes him down. Triple kill to the Yunara as JDG do not find the fights. Xiaoshu flashing out late means that the tank goes down easily, and a 5,000 damage play from the Yunara seals the deal. Scout potentially getting himself a kill over the wall. Misses the skill shot. You've gone invisible. Projector bounty on the bot side of the map now. WWE playing these fights out so much more cleanly than JDG. Their team fighting has been very good today. In this game anyway. Point JDG. What have they got left? Do they have damage anyway? They don't even have 2 items on their AD carry. There's 8 kills on Taeyun, who's got improved boots and that second item. Cancelled out on the ultimate. Wall stun. Vampire's going to whiff the ultimate, but means that no one can step forwards. So WWE protect themselves from a potential engage from JDG. Xiaoshu's ult is cancelled out by Monkey's regular ability. Ult down for JDG. Monkey does have the flash, and he gets himself a triple impale. The skewers are skewering. Impaled and roasted to death. WWE find a quick 3 as Monkey's Skarnet. That should close the game. It'll at least be an inhib. Remember, there are 3 grubs here. WWE, what a performance in this game 1. The early game looked bad up until that double kill that Taeyun managed to get. I really think this Yunara has been very... Perhaps. WWE can break themselves the 2-1 curse today. That is the question. Tends to be, doesn't it? Monkey driving through the wall again. Jordan does not have flash. He's very likely dead here. Just by hook or by crook. Or by impale, potentially, too. Playing things slow. Molten Solid flies around. Just extends the death time. No ult needed from Monkey. Has a ton of Heartsteel stacks, by the way. 236. High for a pro game. He'll hit. Shun could... Hang on a second. Shun could ult in. There is a chance of that. I actually wonder whether that is the option. A little bit soon to do that. Not a bad Ornn ultimate. The impale's not fantastic. Xiaoshu will go down, though, and Taeyun very dead. Peel off the Baron. WE good for them to focus on one thing, the fight or the Baron. Shun can still ult into the pit. Stranger things have happened, folks. Potentially, Shun could ult into the pit and look for a steal of the objective. Not like that, though. He was looking at the HP and not looking at his own. Loses a ton of HP to a QW. W should know at this point that they're in a bit of threat. There's a potential... You don't have to walk up there, bro. Drop, you don't have to walk up there. Dies very much for free. WE take the freebie. Still being tanked. Minions are killing the Nexus, by the way. Ult into the pit. Is it enough? No. No, it is not. No smite here today. Scout will go down to a demolition by WE of JDG. WE will see the Nexus turrets fall without their direct intervention needed at all. A teleport in from the Rumble. Now, that might be a little bold. Is he going to live through this one? Has flash. Gets the flame spitter on target. Has a frickin' fine Zhonya's too. Pacers might just die in the 1v2. Vampire going forwards. Not necessarily getting the CC, but getting the zone out that's needed. WE, a clean demolition of JDG in game 1. As Jingdong Gaming, an embarrassing first game, cannot get their team fights working for the life of them. JDG. And the last pick of the Aatrox. Taeyun gets the Ezreal. As last pick AD carry. This is very good for the defensive options. I wouldn't suggest it normally, but when you're thinking about going towards GA or something, perhaps not. Teleport into mid lane. Teleport. Hang on a second. Can't they just flick back? This is dangerous, isn't it? Flick back. Wasted, though, a little bit. Scout can get that charm down. It does. Why don't you just save that for the teleport? What is happening, WE? Shun's going to get kill participation for that first one. The rocks are going to get blocked out. It's WE. Can't you just flick back the Ahri? Bot lane coming up helps the amount of time it takes to kill the dragon to go down. Monkey will get himself topside scuttle. The League of Legends. They can struggle to get some value. Good combo over the wall. The electrocute not quite onto Monkey there. Sure, taking a lot of damage, but not enough to kill him. Shield up a little bit late, of course, to get good value. Pays competing with this wave here. Another good charm there. Flash forward from Vampire. Not sure. Vampire, I'm not sure about that one. Because now you've just gone into a choke point. Okay, 1 dead already. Where are the resets? That's 2. All off of Vampire flashing onto an Ahri with ult available. Taeyun even loses his cleanse for that too. Bad engage from Vampire. I suppose he did go towards stuff like the Luden's build before. Ooh, ult onto Monkey. There we go. He still has Crescent Guard. Fully charged Q. Viari goes onto him after, and that's a very, very dead Shinzao. Good vision control, good Varusol over the wall. It's another set of on the LPL here and there. Maybe I should go back and watch some of Hayes' ones. I do tend to watch a lot of the mid lane ones because I'm a mid laner by trade. It's dark in number 5. First turret of the game will go down in the top side to Scout and to Shun. Really clean game from the WE. Have to bring 3 people down, and they take a fair amount of time to do so. They're dropping waves in mid lane. Hit one. Let's get a bit of a tag there onto Karis. Trading some vision about the place. Oh, ult onto Monkey. Doesn't have flash. Varus can walk inside the Thunderdome if he wants. Vampire punts away one person, but I don't think it's that enough. Ari's going to go forwards. Where's the charm cooldown? I think he must have used it at the start of the play. Does have 2 ult stacks left. Don't think he'll jump back at them. Maybe he can actually. Jump out of the brush. Couple of seconds left. Melee range charm. Goes unstoppable. Shun doesn't get that much off of it. Cube will use that W and the E to get away from it. Jungler down. Great ult. The one night I catch you live is the one night I work a Saturday. Well, I hope work goes well for you and the shift isn't too long. Technically, this is my work too. King, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Dragon goes. The problem with Modern League watching is there is too much overlapping League to watch at the same time because it's all in the same time zone, right? We have LCP, LCK, and LPL all happening at the same time, and they're all very entertaining leagues, and I love each one of those leagues. I can't watch all of them live. Now to come, we see that live and ready hit. Screw it, we'll do it live. Scout gets a good chunk onto Vampire. That's a good Braum ult. Where's the shield? Comes up. Ult over the wall. Not bad. Starting to get the Blackfire torch burning. Charm onto one. Braum dies. Is it the Intercon angle? Ult over the wall, but not quite perfect. Hayes still going to get damage down. Monkey goes down now, and Aatrox starts to get rip rolling. A second person dies as Hayes lives. Scout has one more reset, and Xiaoshu is still alive. A jump forward, Taeyun flashing to get that ult target. Triple kill to Xiaoshu. Quadra denied, but WE fall at the Atakan as JDG lose 1 in their heroic support of Duo, who held the door shut. Hodor in the Tribush as JDG sweep the fight. Cube's done that. Not valuable. Oh my god, great pick onto the Ezreal. Don't even need the Viol for that. Taking white individual players. Scout has, I believe, full host of... he doesn't have the assist onto Q, but I think he has all the other ult hunter stacks. We watch the play on that side there as Taeyun gets obliterated. Flick back onto the Ahri. Ignite comes through. Don't think it's a great play though. Goes down for free. Ult through. Double knockback from the Vi. A charm onto the person knocked aside. Cube will get under turret. Shun may well get taken down here. But even then, it's not enough. Ezreal comes through, and again, it's not that much. Varusol hits across the side, and there's no Crescent Guard anymore. Where's the next Q? Shun going forwards. This is a little dangerous now. The tower was doing some decent damage there. Monkey does get hit by an arrow, but just about survives. Pays! Punted back. Good play from Cube there. As the CC lands. No follow-up on to draw over JDG. Arguably, this one's been even more dominant. Taeyun will jump over, cancel the recall. Dragon is alive, by the way. JDG would like to recall. Get some teleports back into the play. Charm overlord. Vampire trying to go through that choke point, trying to stop the dragon coming through. All they've done is found themselves another dash and another death. Scout finds his way onto Taeyun. A charm lands, and an Ezreal has gone down for the 3rd time this game. Taeyun's Ezreal struck fear into the LPL last split. Scout stops Karis from capitalizing on anything. Dragon goes down. Been really loving Scout's Ahri play so far. Well coordinated with his team. The build, I think, is very good in terms of early game shred. Is alive. But it's an 11,000 gold lead, folks. At 25 minutes. It's almost like a 500 gold lead per minute in the game. Alistair is... Hang on a second. He'll spot out Vampire. Headbutt back into potentially the Weaver's Wall. But they've just comboed onto the Talia. That's a problem. Well played there from Shun. And Vampire, creative though it may be, good it was not. The Alistair goes down again. Tried to go for something creative. Finds nothing but their death. Cube finds an angle, and the angle's into the dirt. Goes straight down into the terra firma. As WE have yet to get a 3rd kill in 26 minutes. The gold lead has crested 11,000 gold. Scout will take an inner turret, and that'll go up a little bit more. The turret DOT, actually not going to be quite enough there to take that. Baron will go down. There's going to be no contest. It's WE. Yeah, this one's a rough one. They have been obliterated. Magi's picked up for Scout. If you're an Ahri player, Magi's is in fact your best item you can build. This is often overlooked. And free value is often Ridiculous. Pushing in towards the bot side and the mid side at the same time. Xiaoshu has flash, has ult. Vampire is going to get a combo down. I don't think it matters that much, though. Mind you that they have the Chemtech for the extra heals, shields, and tenacity. And, of course, the damage and damage reduction at below 50% HP. If that... Yeah, feels pretty bad. Vampire goes for a combo. Doesn't really get the clean leap. Gets it onto the AD carry, but just gets away. And the cow goes down yet again. These engages have not been impactful. Xiaoshu... He's just swinging the sword. He's just swinging it time and time again. The Ezreal goes down. 3 dead already. Soon to be more to follow. Flash forward for a Braum Q. Aatrox keeps swinging those Darkin Blade Qs around, as it's not going to be a long game after this one. Charm, flash, and another death. Turrets will go down. WE. This game 2 could have been an email. Gen.G will take the second game of the series and pushes to 3 games. G are going to be slamming them like a wrecking ball very, very early into the game. They have strong early lanes that can skirmish well. The Renekton and the Riser, point and click CC, which not hit from Monkey just yet. Shun caught up in terms of CS, by the way. Putting the ward... they put it onto Vampire and they know he's there. He doesn't have a flash. Can they wait for it to apply in time? It's coming up just now. Didn't quite apply in time. Oh, they needed to wait like an extra half second. Mistake there. Get that cleanly. You don't have to give up anything now. Scout can recall. You can teleport back in, though. Maybe that's a play. Jumping forwards again. Pays. Does have the culling. Jump onto Shun. He has his ultimate. Doesn't have to use it. Uses it now. Flash forward from Monkey. But Pays goes down. Mispositioned. The Lamb's Respite is only a single breath before the end. Gen.G should not have fought for the 3rd grub. 2 kills for Monkey and a horribly played fight from Gen.G. WE get a lot more from those grubs than they should have done. Gen.G, you should know better. You should know better. Realm War coming in now. Karras, no flash. You just flash to come in. Realm War coming through. Pays getting out of that thing there. Not able to get the W on target. Doesn't get the move speed from it. Vampire has flash. Pays might be able to get the flash rolls, and indeed does so. A kill to Pays, at least at the end. What's the full kill count there? 2 for Tabby. I'd like to see him not go towards that if at all possible. Dragon's going to get taken down very quickly here, actually. Xiaoshu going to again trade the Dominus in. And at least kill the Maiden again. Cube is not getting any value from that Maiden. Xiaoshu's been controlling that individual matchup well. First Dragon taken easily by Gen.G. Vampire might jump onto Pays. Dashes over the wall. Flash forward. The Nocturne's coming forwards as well. Is there there is a Lamb's Respite. I don't think it saves him, though. Blast Gun comes through. Pays is just dead. Got to be careful of the paranoia. Great engage from Vampire and Monkey, but Pays having a really bad game on for Shun. Might want to go for a play here anyway. How many people? 4 people brought down. Scout could come down here as well. Xiaoshu wants to go for a powered Q. Flashes away. Good Magnet Sword. This is a bad dive, W. It's a bad dive indeed. 2 for 1 as WE throw themselves under the turret and get nothing for it. Shun gets himself a second at this point. Lucian was the end of Season 3, start of Season 4. Vampire, I don't think you should walk up to that brush. He does have an exhaust. Here comes the Nocturne Paranoia. There's a cull potentially. That is a very dead Vampire. Very dead Vampire. Walked up to a brush he had no right going up to. Is there empowered W? Yes, there is. And that's going to be the CC they need. Karras goes down. Xiaoshu well played on the energy management. 2 quick kills. Gen.G spring to life. Annie, who was potentially looking for a level 2 Tibbers from that, is quite valuable. Monkey, a level down on Shun as well now. Vampire doesn't have smites. No Annie to play around this. Coming out of base. Shun waiting for cooldowns. Teleport in from the Yorick. Is Xiaoshu going to join? No. So it's actually just a leash from Gen.G off the board. That was fine. The rest of it around the Dragon didn't feel great. Now you have potential of an engage force from Solar Flare plus the Paranoia. Free turret coming through. Gen.G not defending mid lane well at all. Second charge comes through. No cross map on top side from Xiaoshu, which I would have liked to see. Scout instead doing that on bot side, I suppose. That's not bad. They have the 2 grubs. Okay, they'll get themselves turret there. Feats of strength did go to WE though, so they get the increased boots. Scout gets the gold there. Over 1,000 gold ahead of Karras now. Nocturne spotted. Kindred pretty quick at taking these. Not great at tanking it. Cube. Now Cube's in a bit of trouble, isn't he? Good morning, miss. Flash away. Not a bad reposition from Cube, actually. Good things all said and done. Atkan reset. Bit of rage built up by Xiaoshu. Is that the end of the play? Is that the end of the play? Draw, controlling the Tri-Brush. Hex Gate over. Opens up a flank angle. And they catch out Cube. You already flashed away. He doesn't have anything left to play around. Karras has a little bit of damage, but it's not nearly enough. Dead top laner. WE try to play too many angles at once and leave their top laner out to dry. However, this is getting pretty low. Good rocket. I think Gen.G should just leave this. Leave it. Don't go towards the intercon. They're pulling. Oh my god, they're pulling it again. Pulling it again. Where is the solar flap? This could be very dangerous. The intercon keeps going again. Zenith Blade into the backline. Here comes the paranoia. Can they kill him in time? Yes, they can! It's another intercon! Xiaoshu saves the play though with a magnificent Q. Triple kill to the crocodile. The intercon saved by the crocodile in the top lane. That should have been the play. Big mistake. They get away with it because Xiaoshu did the Lord's work. He's 2,000 gold up. He does have Dominus. Solar Flare will land the stun. Look, he's got Dominus. I don't think you're doing... I mean, actually, no. Karras is up here now. Yeah, that's a little bit more threatening. Does he have an Empowered Couple? He does. Gets the double. Oh my god, he gets the double on the turret. Does he get another Q? Does he even need it? Xiaoshu MVP slam at home. This Renekton has been disgustingly good in the last few minutes. On the other side of the map, Scout and the rest of the crew hang on, flash forwards. Xiaoshu might die here. He's trying to survive on a turret, and the side steps are as clean as you like. Another outplay, buying more time for a turret play in here. Oh, how galling must it be for WE to get outplayed by this single man in the top lane. Xiaoshu outplaying at the Atacon under top turret twice. See himself out to safety again there. Karras is so far behind. I don't think it's necessarily Karras' fault, by the way. I think WE, I think they've approached the map quite poorly. I'm not a fan of how they play side lanes. They'll be able to get the side lane out of turret, reject the bounty to cube. That's good for them. But I'm not a fan of how WE play around side lanes. Curious. Monkey doing their quick clear as Nocturne, leashing 2 camps. Ghost pop by Vampire. Ooh, Vampires and Ghosts. Proper horror story. Scout taking the top side turret. He is going to be over 2,000 gold ahead, by the way. A little scary, going towards Zhonya's third item. Haven't really seen Scout have to determine any team fights just yet, but I'm glad they're giving some gold to the scaling carry. Someone like Vampire goes for a warding mission and it doesn't work out for the Monkey's going to get spotted out by by Scout here. Fear Tether's going to land. Fear Tether lands, uses the Zhonya's instead, times out a bit of that fear. Gets short-sighted instead. Xiaoshu comes into the play and Taeyun, oh, he's been minion blocked by the Renekton. That is a dead core keep, and HP from Shojin or not, that is not going to see you very well. WE, again, get impatient. They are not good at slow League of Legends. Gen.G far better at punishing them here. Shun gets himself his 7th mark, his 2nd range increase, and a ton of stats to go with it. This Kindred is nuclear. Baron started, no paranoia. Karras does have flash. Hang on, there could be a bit of a playthrough here. Scout doesn't have that many defensive tools left, and Gen.G, though, are making the play happen outside of it. Scout taking a lot of damage, but he's not going down. Cube uses that flash. Karras going to get realm warped onto the jumping forward from the Shun. A hop, a skip, and a dunk forwards later, and 2 go down. WE get impatient and showcasing, sadly, their weakness in the slow game. Gen.G bleed them out and bury the remains. 3 kills for none, and they'll go back. A consolation prize, but Baron collected. Can they survive the retreat? Yes, I think they can. I don't think Gen.G have an engage angle here. Draw could go for a long play with the flash over the wall. I don't think Scout should be walking up here, by the way. Hang on. Hexagon's coming over. Hang on. There's a bit of a play coming in after all. There's no flash on Cube. No one's doing great damage to the Rel on the other side. Nothing sticks. Draw didn't have the Magnet Storm. Used the CC he had. Jumping forwards. Good Zonya's there from Scout. Jumping onto Pays. The Fear Tether lands. There's a good Hellhammer Respite. Where is the Renekton? There they are, but no kills have come through for the side of W until just now. They get themselves the rise. That's important. It will stop bits and pieces of the Baron buff coming through. Shun can keep jumping forwards. Tane, does he have enough cooldown? Perhaps not. Easy kill onto 2. Gen.G do not control themselves well on their own engage, and W play that fast and explosive engage fairly effectively. Xiaoshu is going to get that kill very easily. Why did he walk into the Renekton Vampire? Why did you think that was a good idea? Another W! Triple kill to the Crocodile in the top lane. It will cost their own life, but Xiaoshu takes down so many with it. I don't think he gives a single damn. Shun will clean up one more as Pays will be invited to the winner's dinner. 2 kills for both the marksman in bot lane and jungle. WE think they break the Baron buff, but they walk into the Renekton Vampire. Why? 0 and 7. Brought into the sunlight. Gen.G will hand WE yet another 2-1 loss. A solar flare Does not feel like it is doing particularly much UV radiation to JDG. It's just a tanning bed. JDG come out over the Civet to buy you. And we'll go about their merry way. Draft's locked in. I still think Ultra Prime have locked in a much better draft. I think TT left up too many... I'm glad... Oh, you just missed the cannon there. That sucks. It was pretty close, right? Yeah, I think it was likely to lose it anyway, but yeah.
Saber. Oh, the Goon Squad's here. They'll come crashing on down and whack him in the face.
Teleport from the Alistair. Gen.G will take this. TT don't really have any much room to contest here.
Dragon. Nicely snapped up by Gen.G.
Plans, which means that Hoya needs to actually even be careful.
Saber
doesn't... Hang on a second. He does have the ult. The icon's just not showing up well on his portrait.
Misses the Electro Harpoon. He's a dead Rumble. Gets knocked up by the Decimating Smash. And the back steps. It's not enough to keep him minions down best he can. Got Swifties now to try and mitigate some of the issues. Aki stepping on forward, but he's in a 2v4. Aki, I don't know about that one, my son. And he's just dead.
Aki. Oi, what was that? Hoya now caught under turret. There is an ult for the oh, Hoya, he doesn't have flash. He doesn't have ult either. I think they could have potentially dove with the Alistair ults. They have to call in the Spellbook teleport. There's another teleport coming in. It's an arms race, and I don't know if TT have got the ammunition for this one.
Equalizer's not quite up. That's a really good Magnus Storm, but Shashi just flash pulverizes out of it. And it's another death onto Hoya.
What were we saying? When Hoya falls behind the game, historically, he has become a black ultimate. Makes it a little bit easier to play around some things. But then also you have that real kill threat too. I think Ornstein in a similar kind of position with that. Gen is on the board, my dude. Maybe clear that out. Gen was just within response range. Again, that's important too. Being within response range. Make sure that that semi-global you have is a threat.
Oh, not again. He's just finding a wonderful ult. You were talking about into the Soul Furnace shield. He's getting beyond Hoya. I think that's just a straight solo kill. Oh, God almighty.
Gen.G loosely translates to one source. Teleported.
You'll find a team fight in
Unlimited power.
In we go with some violence. The dark side of the team fight is something the Jedi won't tell you about. Shaosha down to about 20% HP. Aki just about alive. Knock up onto the rail. Weaver's wall in the backside. Bounce out on 1xn, who tries to ult to no avail. Hoya goes in to die again horribly. Ultra Prime can do no wrong.
Announce the creation of the first Galactic Ultra Prime. The Herald summoned in mid
So
lane.
this is how game one dies. The sound of thunderous Herald charges.
To the sound of thunderous talk sound. Let's get it right. TT fall apart, sir.
Oh,
of course.
There.
Unlimited power. There used to be those unlimited potential, you know. Ultra Prime might be what they're called nowadays, but make no mistake, this used to be a republic we all once knew and loved. It's a huge gold lead. With the kind of zombie apocalypse setting and use it to kind of like make a reading on cultural divides, which I think is very cool. Tower goes down. Class divides too. Stuff like that. You know, it's a wonderful movie. Gen feels bold enough to walk up on the side of the map.
He should do.
To go bother the Pantheon a little bit. Oh my god. He's gonna be so unkillable. He's going for the Unending Despair second. And because Unending Despair is a snowball tank item in the sense that the longer you stay in combat, the more value it gets. And the tankier you are, the longer you stay in combat. And then it starts to compound on itself. We do have Xiao popping the ult. Feather doesn't have flash, and Gen goes over the wall with a flash himself.
Magnus Storm for second. 1x and got interrupted by the Weavers. Wasn't really finding a decent angle until just now. In comes that Pantheon with the
Hoya's dead again!
And Hoya is once again dead. 1xn can get next to no autos down. And Siva's just going, cool, I guess I'll ricochet you all to death.
By the way, that shockwave didn't even get through the chaotic ricochet.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. I don't know, man. The more I look at this game, I'm just like, this is just not a hell. Wait. Was he off the train or something?
No.
I was about to say, unbeliever.
He was just like, wait, who is this guy? It's like, oh, there you go. You've seen him. He's like, I think he's going to be great. It's like, yeah, you're right there with you, mate. Right there with you.
Saber coming forward, teleport in from that terrifying Scion. It's not, Feather's going to die, cut off with the pass. And again, Gen.G.
He doesn't care!
He doesn't care!
The shockwave lands onto 2 to no avail, really. Aki has got no more Aegis Assault. Hoya's punted out by the headbutt. Setup can get nothing done, and they lose the front line again.
Gen goes into basically a 1v4. I'm side lane, but Ultra have teleports to respond. Saber can go there, go out onto the map if he so wishes. I don't even think TT get themselves a full turret as a recompense.
This is trying to get some autos down. Does at least get a bit of a chunk on the turret, but they can't even get the whole of that. Setup will get the wave shoved in bot side, but Sion's coming up. So again, he'll just stand there and press Q. No real way for the Orianna to prevent that. So that turret stands as well. 1xn's whole win for this is a Scuttle Crab.
A QW takes a half of the Kennick Brooker and
Top laner absolutely collapse. Partly for your own mistakes as well, Aki. I remember that 1v4.
That is a 3-level lead in jungle.
Oh, you don't want that.
Courtesy of the Atacon. Hoya does have ult and flash. Egen takes a third of his HP with a regular combo. As a tank, by the way. Saber's coming up. If he gets the flick back, someone do be dying.
Eliza comes on down. Trying to find some value there. The Magnet Storm comes across. 1xn's finally here, but I don't know how much means as Xiaoshu comes flashing on in to try and mess with 1xn, who actually did a decent job of playing it out. Does at least get the Sivir in the 1v4, but that's it. That's a feel-good moment when the game is falling apart in front of your eyes.
Hoya still has flash. He might be forced to blow it.
Is he going to blow a flash at a good timer for once? No, he's still dead.
He's still dead. Hoya 1-6 on the Rumble. It has been a difficult game for him. And the turret will be felled by Ultra Prime. They will help each other get out from the turret. Junhao and Egen on the other side of it. 24 minutes in. They haven't even needed to rush something like the Soul Dragon, which is currently up and available for them.
Again. So you've already got the Kainic Rook on top side. You know what? You need more magic resist. Dragon's about to go down. There's the Soul. Life.
Wants to. They want to push up waves first. They probably still might lose a fight to a 5-man Shockwave. You kill everyone but the Scion, extra problem. Saber go, the Flashless Rumble. The Flashless Rumble.
Boy, it's just the threaded volleys coming on through. Actually does survive it in the end, but the Grand Starfall comes on through. Aki, can I get a teleport as a response to that? Flashes back over the pillar. Setup trading up with Bio, who's going to have the barrier, but Setup has to run away. The equalizer is good. That's just the follow-up with the Magnet Storm, but there's just not enough damage. 1xn to the backside, trying to get it down to Bio, who hasn't got the flash. Gets the auto, flashing away. Slowed down by Junhao. Is finally brought low, but they lose Feather as well, and it's a 1 for 2.
There's only... I don't think they'll get the Baron onto Sivir. They don't want to wait 24 seconds tanking the Baron. Teleport out to the map.
To deny the initial auto from Junhao, but he just can't run far enough away at this point. The Trundle's so damn fast.
If they were any less fed, perhaps that would be the player which wins. I'm not going to say he's a flawless player. He's made plenty of ints too, but stuff like the Kaiser, Tristani, who was excellent on last year as well. Play out of the Fog of War. Saber flashing early. Good play from him.
Seismic Shove is wide. Teleport's now coming on in. Are we going to get another fight? I think we might be. 1xn also around. I hear the Scion coming on in. Hoya's around, but it's going to be a bit of a split fight. Xiaoshu has burned the ult already in the backside. Aki doing a decent job onto the side of Junhao. That's not the best Magnet Storm of all time. Ej is zoning off 3 whole people. The Shockwave solid enough, but because the carries were all kept away. 1xn over the wall. Beautiful killer instinct. The moment I was done with the fight, flash off over Xiaoshu. Doesn't quite get enough CC on the 1xn, who managed to dash away towards Saber. Decent autos, but can't heal up enough. It's beautiful angles, but again, there's just no needle to thread.
Just someone give 1xn a team. Jesus Christ, these Kaiser dives are so good for the position they are in the game. You're over 10,000 gold down, and he's nearly getting 2 kills in the backline. Ultra Prime get themselves a disgusting lead through the top side of the map, and they'll be able to crush through this game 1. It has been a textbook victory of how you roll a topside frontline play. Doesn't go too far, though. Doesn't give free auto attacks over to the Kaiser. Backs off when he needs to, and it just allows him to have plenty of HP to kind of buy enough time.
Aki, as we come back to live, gets caught out by the Trundle and Talia. The rest of Thundertalk doing their best to clear out the wave in mid lane, and we'll do just that again. All the while that was happening, Baron has gone down. Got 20 seconds left on it from the pulled out replay. Junhao just gets to put down the Frozen Domain, walk over towards this tier 2. 3 mid lane, Seismic Shove just wide. Feather trying to buy his space. 1xn has to ult to get out of the decimating smash. Does actually finally do a little bit of damage, but they get 30,000 shields. Saltburn is command protect, and that is a dead Kaiser. What do you do?
Well, they've not managed to get a kill onto either of the big tanks on the top side. Ejeng, 0 deaths. Junhao, 0 deaths, and apparently 0 dams given between them as well.
The problem is on the other side, all it feels like Hoya and Aki done has been dying on repeat. 2 and 13. And that'll be an additional one to put it up to a nice even 14, make it 15 as the game ends. A topside catastrophe
on the map. However, if you do allow this Aurora to get ahead, if the Aatrox gets rolling as well, Ultra Prime are quite a low-range team themselves.
It's a bit like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's a little bit Amber, you're not wrong. You know, I've never actually watched that movie. Apparently really good, though. In goes the Audacious Charge. Win becomes lightning. Aki is bot side, as well as the Junhao option, but they've just got a bit deep. Hang on. They've lost the Lucian. Ultra Prime now in danger. Flash away from Junhao. Good counter gank. Annoying there. Would have been too likely to get hit by a Braum Q, and then things get interesting. shut down Hoya's healing options. He's got to know he's in trouble. They know this is happening. Wukong is around, but I don't know whether he'll be here in time. Heal for the speed up. Ignite comes on down. Brawn passive there. Dawning Shadow. Good knockup. Should still get the kill, and they do. Aki now around with the level 6. Crescent Guard back. Junhao will likely be traded for the play. And Junhao turns around, gets a bit of damage onto Aki, but that's it. 1 for 1 in the end, but all the while, Hoya is the one who loses his flash, his ult.
They should deserve at that point. I know a lot of people look at this series and think, oh, you know, it's just Group Nirvana, Chaos, you know, it doesn't mean blah, blah, blah. Both of these teams are ones which have had a soft spot in the past, and they are on hard times, but they've had a good history.
Junhao goes in, it's a little late on the Crescent Guard. Wonderful last embrace route. Topside, Saber trading up. Oh, the turret! Saber outplays Rune Prison. Do not pass go.
Oh, that's such a sad play for Setup. It looked like he was dominating the individual matchup. TT will have access towards this dragon. Saber could recall and join them, but I don't think Ultra Prime want the fight.
They don't. They'll take the solo kill topside in trade for that dragon. And Onyx will also could pick up those. Easy passive could be dangerous to track. We are starting up the Herald. Hoya also around on the flank.
Prime. Feel like they're in a pretty good spot now. Junhao going forwards, controlling the choke point.
Oh, passive down onto the Nautilus. Over the wall goes
Ejun.
And Ejun gets into the back line and they blow up the bot lane. 1,000 gold means very little in the grave. Rune Prison down onto Setup. Flash over the wall, piercing darkness. Make it light, because of course it's the opposite of Senna. And Bayer gets another.
Ultra Prime, also again, we played him an awful lot that. But the big thing is, again, just fighting around these choke points. In most 16 minutes, I think it was on Kindred. Oh, man, that was ridiculous.
It was the fastest Kindred mark stacking game I've seen in a very long time. Everything went right. It was camp into kill into camp, like multiple times in a row. Well, that was Boyo could go over the wall here. I don't actually know how much he wants that. When looking with the Darkin Blade and the Infernal Chains, finds Nai there. Ejang resets.
Bit of Ultra Prime gave up that last one, of course. Significant gold lead. You know, 4,000 gold lead isn't anything to be sniffed at. This Ambassador could just end the game. Ultra Prime do have good CC to respond to the Ambassador if you take that. They are going to have to walk up the setup. Aurora around this objective as people get shredded by it is scary.
Already down to 4k. I don't know what they can get in there. Turning around, Feathers low. Ultra Prime looking pretty happy right now. They've already got the initial kill. Junhao now into Between Worlds is good, but Ejang to the backside. What excites to flash away. Aki getting the Cyclone knockup, but Ejang still damn scary. Hoya, though, has picked up 2, and Ejang can't get on top of the setup for good. Hoya still healing, finally falls. Ends up, I think, as a 3 for 2 in favor of
3 for 3.
Hang on the other side. Oh, Junhao got on top of 1xN.
4 for 3 now. It was a good attempt by Hoya into the backline, especially with Setup's AoE setting it up, but Ultra Prime will claim the huge XP buff. Nisaki does have Smite. He'll head over the wall. He might die to Junhao now, though.
Yeah, he's burned Warrior Tricks to get over there, tried to find an angle in and does not do so. Atakan now surely Ultra Primed with no way to truly contest.
There you go. 5 XP to at least bring it back to even until Bayer ticks over to the one after that. It's an item in for 1xN as well. That Black Cleaver double stacks and autos and Qs is actually very important there. Hoya does not have flash, and despite his good last team fight, I think he's going down here.
Yeah, not having a lot of fun there. Hoya gets knocked up and immediately knocked down.
Not sure he'll be getting back up again. Jeng on the bot side doesn't have flash, but he is controlling that bot side. Last Embrace isn't bad here. Again, the Black Cleaver keeps that damage ticking over. 1xN is not on something as hyper carry like the Kai'Sa, though, and I say hyper carry quite loosely because Kai'Sa can sometimes struggle to be that. Ult hits from Jeng.
Gonna do a lot of work there to try and turn around his setup. Gets the 1v1.
I don't know what the idea was there, but Jeng gets blasted in the 1v1 after a great series, falling apart a little bit there.
That's too far. Good work from Setup. He's not had the easiest game on this for a couple close calls, but largely fumbles. Bayer will throw out the culling. Try and hold this mid lane safe. There's 30 seconds on the Infernal Dragon with your top lane. TP isn't joining as it stands.
Well, Prime, not afraid of a Baron on the other side. They have a ward on it, and honestly, TT's Baron Rush is not quick anyway to take down the dragon. Considering that Hoya's been given the runaround most of this series, For him when the flank comes out of that bomb. Passive on him. That's a very in danger Nautilus.
Trying to get on top of him, but it's actually a good turnaround with the Cyclone, but the heal comes on through. Flash on in. eGen also getting in with the mix. They're trying to continue chasing. Setup in danger. Needs to flash away, but he's rune prisoned and dead. Flash on forward from Saber. The Spell Flux, the Overload, the Shield. They're all so low, but not dead. Heal comes on down to keep people alive. 1xN desperately scary on the Senna. Has to flash away. Does get the rise on the way out. Senna still firing. It ends up being a 2-for-2. Both solo laners traded there. As 1xN keeps chasing. The slow comes in. The piercing darkness. The last embrace. A step up forwards. And Senna gets massive value.
Saber flashes forward and misses the overload. That damage would have won them. Potentially the Baron. Bio will come back in. I don't think...
Got a heal.
He has himself a heal and a barrier. Might have to use both. Aki's low here, though.
Needs to be a bit where a teleport coming on in. This will make this a 4v2. Big chunk from 1xN. And that's Baron for Thunder Talk.
I think it should have been theirs anyway, realistically.
Fire down to about a third.
I was going to fall. Remember, they have 3 grubs. Makes it a lot easier for them to take control of these structures. And Ultra Prime, you know, the gold lead isn't there anymore. You have to fight a dragon potentially in a minute and a half. They could give that up. They do get the inner turret gold onto eGen.
Buy it. If you can find a good culling onto someone squishy, that might be valuable. eGen off vision here on a good flank hand.
Damage there from the center. Fast Embrace stopped. Realm Warp getting into position. Dragon started. I think Ultra Prime want the flip. I don't think they're confident in the fight. They might want the flip for the smite. That would win them something. They cannot get poked out too far. They have to go forwards.
Yeah, because at this point, 1xN's range makes him a poke champion.
Especially with that fire cannon occasionally coming in as well. Anyone else on the flanks? No, everyone's here. Everyone's in the clump. Oh yeah, on vision, on the side. eGen, if you can get that ult, things change quickly. He's trying to hide off of vision. You'll be just around this corner trying to hug the things. I actually think it's a mistake for 1xN to go towards that mid lane like that. If there was a chance of them rushing the Baron, it could have happened right there. eGen, again, just a little bit off vision. I think that vision plant will spot them there. Hoya once again tagged on that flank.
Scryer's Bloom used as noted. Last Embrace just wide. So is the Winter's Bite. They're going to find the engage. Braum going to get the engaged onto him, puts up the door. Feather has to flash away into the backline. Gets each on top of 1xN. He's into the curse of Black, but they don't have the follow-up. And Xiaoshu's low. Bayer flashes out. Dragon is secured. They've gotten the soul, but will it save them? I just don't know. Bayer, the 1v5, needs to run for the hills.
I think he knows he's dead. There was an ultimate onto the center, but 0 follow-up. No one was even within flash range. As Ultra Prime do get the dragon back timer, I don't think it's not the game. It might be an inhib though.
I don't know how far they want to shove. You've got 20 seconds on eJang and only one person ahead of you. Do TT think this is their moment? They don't look like they're resetting to me right now. Get that inhibitor and just say, look, that'll have to do. The rise in the Braum ahead. It's too much wave clear. Pull away with the inhibitor as their front.
Now, time to deliver on that promise. Ultra Prime must be better at team fighting than the last one. They have the Infernal Soul now. The burst helps an awful lot. You see right there. That bunny don't need an Infernal Soul to hurt.
Yeah, that's Shadow Flame coming on through there. That one stings.
Ultra Prime don't have a flank angle. Big problem. They can't push in the side lanes. They'd love to have a flank angle. They give it up. So they want to fight around an Elder instead. They can't. They can poke out a little bit. See that there. Just even the W from the Lucian gives decent poke from the Infernal Soul. They can't just go in. Hang on, the flash.
Setup goes golden by some time. The culling is kind of interrupted. Nearly brilliant as the Glacial Fissure is down. Saber now turning it with the Realm Warp to get on top of potentially 1xN, but he's pretty damn alone. Into the backline with a public execution, but Hoya's trying to buy space. 1xN flashes, Dawning Shadow, and eJang just can't survive. But wait a second, the Rise is still alive and doing damage.
Has flash.
Needs to run away. Could look to flash with the heal for the speed up. Feather, 1xN running. Curse of the Black Mist. Hook comes on down. Does get the kill. Hoya over the wall though, causing damage. Bayer trying to get the piercing line. Rise! Does get the kill, but Rise proves himself. Flat the overload again!
Saber missing 2 crucial overloads in the most important parts of the game onto a flashless AD carry. Cost Ultra Prime the game, and we'll go to 3.
Saber, how? How?
These Q misses aren't even close. I think he assumed 1xN still had flash. Perhaps didn't track it in the team fight. TT find the victory through their AD carry. Shunhao cannot save them now. Ultra Prime will go to 3. Anti-clutch strikes again.
I
In the later team fights, we have so many cancels onto that Misfortune ultimate. I don't think they'll have much value.
Yeah, I mean, it's lane prio, it's an additional threat, but I think you are running into this issue.
Junhao is a big player of this. One of the reasons why I think, hang on a second, but mid lane might not be as untouched. Misses the stun, but there's the Q.
There goes the Q after resonating strike. Kill secured.
I thought it was the Dragon's going to be taken by TT. No contest over that. Instead, Junhao taking enemy jungle. He's going to take enemy Krub. If he can take Raptors as well, is second into the river though, because Feather walked up first.
He starts the grubs back up again. Ultra Prime around, potentially one of the play. Okay, behind. Hang on, Junhao with the Season's Assist gets on top of the Annie. Good combo, but Seto gets to turn it around. Oh boy! The disintegrates there. Smolder calls in mum. Feather into the backside, and Smolder gets the kill. Saber has to perfectly execute out, as I am getting conflated. Sante's on this dragon, so Hoya with the teleport could theoretically join here. Worth noting that. Dragon goes down. TT not. He was so oppressive with the Emax.
That's up. Hang on, get engaged onto. No flash onto him right here. Do they have the damage?
Massive damage. They're going to get a lot of kill onto Setab, who is blown up by that perfect execution.
Easy kill there. No extra follow-up. Female Pikachu have a little heart end to the tail. Aki, hang on a second. Let's go for the ult into Setab. I mean, that's a decent amount of kill for it here.
Oh, well, Setab does not really get the stun he was looking for. Good flash. Nicely done by Setab, but all the way in the mid lane. Valle is dead as the Lee Sin finds a hand
to protect that turret. He does have ult. I don't think they have kill threat without the all out here.
Gonna try and clear out the wave and does so. The Herald's now summoned. Flash away from
maybe
Hoya.
they do.
Yeah, they got everyone around here. Flash from Saber to get in range. Knock up with the grand entrance after the battle.
Oh, they really do.
They very much do, Alex.
They have kill threat.
You gas slamping me.
You don't know the meaning. You don't understand that word. So it's a very large word. 2 grubs in mid lane. mean that TT will push down this turret.
Best kind of word. EJ now turns up in the mid lane. But the bullet time comes on, and it's a wonderful time. It's a bullet time. Feather stays alive. It's Junhao.
Shut up.
Finds a vault breaker.
Shut up, Sam. We're not talking about trump cards.
It was in a very similar position, and then 1xN just went, it is my time to shine. Speaking of time to shine, Setup might be seeing the shine of the pearly gates quite shortly. Can't get the stun up in time. Saber's going to take the turret shot, though. 1 for 1. Junhao now under the turret. Zaki's coming on down.
Junhao will probably die here too. He doesn't have a flash, and Saber auto-attacking the tower instead of the champion, perhaps getting him killed. Aki will take one more. It's a 2 for 1. See if they can capitalize. Akali, is he spotted on the flank? He is now.
No, they're there. The ward over that back wall has spotted out Saber's potential angle of approach. Call the Full God coming on through. Saber tries to get in the back.
Oh, Saber!
But it's all gone very wrong. He's brought a Saber to a dragon fight, and unfortunately, it ain't looking so hot. Dragon was secured. 1xN flashes away. The bird is there. And Ultra Prime are looking a little less than plus Ultra. That's a negative score to their school records.
Double kill to the little dragon at an objective. From behind in a game. Atsukan is the one I think you're most likely to get wins against.
Now on an angle. Saber's there as well. Still not spotting this Vi. 1xN thinks he's safe. He is absolutely a range of a potential Vi angle. Remember, the zonies makes things tricky. Down to 5 HP. They know now. Flap away. Dealing the backside. 1xN will immediately go gold. It immunes the quickness as well. He's getting to stay alive for so damn long. Smolder blows up the divers. Got a redemption coming on her. Finally killed, but I think it's taken too long. It's done too much work, but Junhao actually trying to get some work. Double knockup from Hoya with the searing charge. Ejack's trying. Atsukan taken by Aki. Into the backline. Bai is trying to do some work, missing the Sonic Wave, but it will not matter. As he finally falls, it ends up being a 1 fight, and the Atsukan
do kill the Smolder, but it takes that many more cooldowns and summoners and time. Ultra Prime, that's pretty hard too.
You have to just CC 1xN to death before he's on you, before he flashes. It's just not easy, I don't think. Dragon started nonetheless. John has to leave the pit, and that's giving license for Thunder to just keep chunking this dragon down.
Ultra Prime, if they have to commit to a steal, might leave them in a position where they die as well. Heal used by Xiaoshe. He doesn't have a flash to get onto the backline. 2 hits from Aki.
Forge God is summoned, calling and answered by another reveal flash off forward for the stun. The turret, the bullet time is done. 1xN's gone, but they've gotten the soul point. What about the fight afterwards? Burn comes on through for 1xN and begins to spit hot fire. Kill onto Cassante. Xiaoxi in danger. Slow down. A last auto gets it. Aki will ward up over the wall with the safeguard, and Baye will not survive this time. Sonic Wave, resonating strike, and Baye is a dead Misfortune.
Ultra Prime
for steal. There is a GA on Junhao. He can play a little bit more boldly now.
Yeah, I don't think John Howe's going to be allowed anywhere near this Baron pit. He's going to try. Will Vault Breaker forwards, but Hoya turns it around well with the Bellows Breath and the Searing Charge. Off the Baron they pull. Ejan looking for an angle there. That's pretty good value. They do go into 1x and he goes golden though. GA burns down. Can be flashing out potentially, but 1x and is dead. That's the kill onto the Smolder. What about the turnaround from the back end? As into the back end goes Saber. Aki can't get the kill as the Akali gets out. It's a throw. It's a throw. It's a throw.
It's a throw as 1xN gets pinned against the wall and cannot, for the life of him, get any distance between him and the team. The enemy team. The peel was inadequate from spawning in 15 seconds. They can potentially take that too. The Ultra Prime, how the hell are we actually to an Elder Flip now? The same theory needs to come through. You need to be able to lock up this Smolder before they do damage. But if it comes down to an Elder Flip, well, scaling doesn't matter then.
It's a bit trickier. Saber trying to find an angle to pull back on Fathom. That's really the easiest angle as Saber into the backside, forcing 1xM to run away. But in comes Smolder's mom! Elder's taken finally! The Rakan! They might have Smolder! And it's all over! Thunder Talk! How? How have you thrown this?
How? I have no idea! The Rakan steals the fucking Elder! And Ultra Prime!
Riot Crew! Lavin, you need to get to the balance team and ask what the hell is happening with Spellbook! That is not okay!
Welcome to Group Nirvana! Welcome to the LPL! The entertainment never stops, and sadly neither do the throws. Ultra Prime go plus Ultra and march towards a series win.
I want to cry. There's not much more I'm going to say about this one. How did we get here?
How have we allowed this to happen? MF will not die to the towers. Setup will come out, but I don't think you can see it. The Nexus will fall. They have more than enough damage. Ultra Prime will win the series. 2.
It's locked in. Didn't want to give that one away too freely, and it does feel like at the minute we are seeing a little bit more AD carry counter pick than I'm used to. It's normally R5 being safe for...
Oh, yeah. We're still there, okay. Shy stepping on forwards, decimating smash, wind becomes lightning, audacious charge there to dark procession, flash over from Chovy, and he gets first blood with the wind becomes lightning. Nicely played, the Shy walks forward. This is really lovely stuff. Dark procession flashed over again. The walls mean nothing when you're willing to burn those summoners. Oh dear. Really clutch play from Top eSports. Brawn rolling early on, I suspect. Once the level 6 comes on through, perhaps a different story. Grand Starfall and Dark Procession. It's a great combo into the Scion. Dragon secured. Scion, Shy doesn't have TP. And Sion's been able to leave Hung healing for a jump forwards way. Will shield vault in, but is now pulverized. And headbutted back towards Top eSports. Just pick up another kill. Very easy. That's feats of strength in terms of the warfare. Mark Lady suck for about half the HP bar. Weaver's Wall coming from Cream from downtown. He teleported into the lane. The Shy's in danger. The Grand Starfall will find nothing. Canavi ults himself. Can't get the turret, but nice play there. Weaver's Wall from down the lane. Getting a lot of value now. Way trying to hold this away from turret because the redive will be happening. 1v1. See the Age Assault come on up, but it's not going to save the Pantheon in the slightest, and Top eSports come away with 2 gold at 30 minutes. Plates have yet to fall. Feats of strength go over. Sion is ahead, Shinzao is ahead, and underline it. And Jackie's got that juicy 1k lead as well. They've got another pick off. Mako is just dead to rights, and Exhaust comes on down, and that's on to the Pantheon, who's just respawned. Shinzao gets a double. Top eSports are running away with it, and Invictus Gaming are looking lost at best here on the map. Every play they get to 2 items and try and find a play. It's a pray for a throw around Atakan angle. Probably Mako's about to, I was about to say die will flash. Maybe a collapse. The teleports come flying, but I think Top eSports potentially ready. Hung will ult. Rookie gets to go across the veil. 369 is already around way in the enemy jungle. In goes Hung. 1v3. I think he is actually just going to die there. Realized he was likely dead and just going to buy some time for his team. I would assume that one felt a get it on top of that as well. Realistically, off the audacious charge, for the most burst you can get in the shortest time frame. It's not that tanky. Doesn't have the greatest extended value. No resists to be found though. Black Cleaver for shred. But it's great burst, and all the while the Herald's been turned mid. Way's been punted back. Tier 2 falls. Way survives for a moment or two, but they'll take 2 turrets. And Top eSports going to be forced to retreat. I think Hung dies here as the culling comes on forward, but then Canavi will punish with that burst we were talking about.
The Shy might now be in danger. Gets a Dark Procession down, but Chovy now in a 1v2. Don't think he'll be able to get that much. Gets a knock-up. Weaver's Wall. I take it back. He still has the Crescent Guard. The Shinzao just murders him. And it's Cream who gets the kills this time. Your jungler's never truly alone. I'm feeling it. What are you going to do to me? Realistically, you're also far behind. 3 Talon Strike. Flash for the re-angle on the wind becomes lightning. Sorry, it's all just an Audacious Charge that does it, actually. The Weaver's Wall comes down. Gets another. First value is good. 369 now in a 1v3. Will force to flash. Hung was waiting with the Hex Flash. You've got to get damage first to do that. You still have 1 item for the top side of the map for IG. You've been rolled. In comes Wei. Maybe this is your moment. Cream flashes out. Mako now coming. Wei caught under this turret. Will die. Hung gonna make his will unbreakable. Cream still trying to get the double knock away. Mako trying to get another passive rolling. Gets the unbreakable will. The piercing light comes on forward. And Rookie flashing forward. Unfortunately, Mako ends up getting the kill. Hung will die. But now here comes the rest of top esports. Took so long to kill these members. Jackie has popped the on the hut. The boomerang blade comes on forward. Ricochets in. Mako trapped off the back end of it. Rookie will surely die to more autos. Another kill. Triple to Jackie Love. The Shy TP's in. Quadra likely to Jackie Love. It is. He's shy a single kill, but the turret denied him. And they die. They make the proactive. I don't blame IG for trying to make a proactive play. I will blame them for fumbling it earlier on in the game. Maybe at 2 items you can pop the Sivir or the Shinzao and find an angle. Maybe if they go too deep, the Glacial Fish is down. But again, Hung just headbutts way back out of the play. He's been so aggressive at splitting individual members up from the squad, forcing them over Unraveled Earths. Base broken. Don't need a Baron. Just need a dead member. Inhibitor broken at 22 minutes. This is going to be a fast one, folks. Alistair is walking at you menacingly. Tier 2 falls. Final Tier 2 falls. 369 flashes out the Dark Procession. We'll start taking some damage here, actually. Wait. Good kill. But now, top esports want to contend. Hung into the backside, taking up 4 people's time. Rookie trying to hop away, still got the flash. They've actually lost the zombie. Finally, the double seismic shot, though. OIG in another world. Maybe this is the damage. Gala actually does deliver a little on the other side. H-Salt is good, but Chovy, he's still got all the health bars. It's a valiant attempt from IG. They do get 2 members, but it is not the carries. And it's not Chovy who goes 8-08. Jackie at 7-0-12, and top esports come in and say, we are 8-1. We heard stories of people going, maybe IG are the best team in the league. No, they are damn well not. Not in this game. Not if we have anything to say about it. Top esports. Burst now from top esports. You've got double artillery piece in the Jin and the Jace. Can play to poke out well. Zone control from the Ori as well. And then when you do land your CC, Gen the longsword. Trinity Force. There. Mid lane we look, though. Collapse. Cream flashes early. Hung. Stunned. Turned around on. Shockwave back! Knovy's around! Oh boy! Rookie needs to flash, but another clockwork wind up is coming. Hung, flash for the dredge line. Kill! Going the way of Hung on that Nautilus. Flash over the wall from Chovy, trying to get on top of Mako, who has mounted up, shoved into the wall on top of Hung, but they will still get that kill on the rail. Hung still alive with a Titan's Breath with the command protect. Way can't get the kill! That's 2! That is 2 for... amount of chunk. Dodges a fair amount of this. There's another rocket down. Needle 1 down. Rocket 2 down. Goes towards the skies, but there is a steadfast presence. Flash out from Mako, who does go down. 1 kill back. Now actually overcomes Cream. Needle's also burned. Trying to buy some time here. Wait. Chunked out and slowed by the command attack and dissonance. Chovy around. Might look for something more here. We'll spot out by Jackie, good day in the office so far. Hang on, back towards the river we go. Hung in danger. We'll throw out the depth charge onto Gala, preventing easy access. Jackie cleansing away as the Magnet Storm comes on forward. Cyclone, double knock up though, onto both parts of the clone. Courtesy of that Keeper's verdict. Follow up from Rookie ensures the death of Chovy. Suddenly it'll be IG on the Dragon. Tried to contest and weren't quite there on good enough timers. Better from IG. Dragon now will surely be theirs. Love a replay there, because that all got a little bit split and fractured across the bot side and the river. Right thereafter. No cream, no 369 at the play either. Take away that blue buff. He's going to put down that steadfast presence. Chovy with just a Trinity Force, still relatively squishy. Does hold on to his Warrior Trickster a little bit longer this time. Hook back onto Mako. Deadly Flourish will land. Z-Axe is a thing. Shockwave. And Rel is melted down for scrap. Actually gets shoved to the wall. Turn back. Nice work. Bang on, turn around with the Gala as Chovy goes over the wall. Gala gonna Valkyrie away, but Wei now potentially in danger. Flash over from Rookie! Glorious stun. Chovy likely gonna die here. Just about out of range. But Wei, with the heroic charge forwards, gets 2. Oh, and IG find 3 in the play. Top eSports. Shy. Just skip and slash away. Gold is now Rookie. Herald immediately dropped. Cream is now in danger. Cream has not been at any of these major plays, really. About to get dived. There is 369 with a teleport. I don't think it'll matter. Shockwave on 2. Flash away with the phase rush, but a flash crashed down, and the Magnet Storm ensures that Cream likely dies. Wei picks it up. His 4th kill of the game. Herald recharges. IG begin to snowball. 369 will be able to take a turret on the bot side. Some way back, but with the 3 grubs... Maybe look for this tier 2, actually. The response time from top eSports is going to be limited. Navi gets to invade on the other side of the jungle, pick up some stuff, but that turret is gone. 2 turrets for 1. And the kill. Nice central angle. And Rookie just stuns it. Just walks into an anti-stun and dies a horrible death. Like, that's on Hung. Basically starting to get the turret in the picture in picture. It's about to get run up by Wei. Does need to be a bit wary of that. And Rookie, a wonderful flash. Very good fight from Rookie. Gala gets a lot of damage flashed on forwards. Rookie's there as well with his own teleport angle. It's not with his own teleport, walking up. All the while, top eSports going to try and trade onto this tier 2 bot, but they don't have the wave. All the while, mid lane, wave's going to be crashed on in. Top eSports got greedy in the mid game and have been punished severely for it. Should get this tier 2 bot title list. At least they are trading. Gold within nominal distance, 1,500. They're about to get collapsed on here. No teleport available for 369. Shy's going to spot them out resetting. This could be a 4v5 in quite short order. Need to turn onto someone. The Shy's going to try and find the angle. Cyclone comes on down. They don't need to fight their way out of this. Over the backside goes Wei looking for the angle. Exhaust comes on down. Should get the Shy. Shockwave after onto Wei. Gala is here though, and there's no Jackie. There is no 369. Cream will die. Hung will die. 2 for 1 in favor of IG. We'll beat the Annie. We'll beat the Gwen at the minute in the 1v1s. 2k gold lead, flip to a 2k mid here. 4 minutes until the next strike. Last one was taken. Actually, Rookie needs to be really careful here. Maybe I spoke too soon. Hung potentially in danger. Going to get jumped on by Wei with the heroic charge forward. Rookie now in danger. Hung about to try and find the angle. Should find the depth charge onto Rookie. His body blocked off. The curtain's being called. They won't be able to get on top of him as Annie forces Chovy to back away. And 369 is 1v1ing the Shy. They just can't kill anybody on a good timer. Navi forced to flash out because Rookie's damage is too high. They tried to get the collapse away, stunning up Hung on that flank angle. Body blocking as well. They are going to start the Atacon. Navi are half HP, no Cyclone. Oh no, IG. Could still throw this here. Jackie can threaten you with the bouncing grenades quite a lot. And they go. Flash on force with the heroic charge. But there's Cream, who's got a lot more HP bar than you'd expect. 369, though, was killed in a 1v3 on the other side. Deadly Flourish goes wide onto Wei. Annie is still here. Back off cooldown with the Tibbers. Mako mounting back up. That's Atacon down. Nice collapse from IG. Barrier blown from Mako, I think, to switch summoners. Deadly Flourish will delay Gala again, isn't he? Does have some support from top eSports coming. Is it going to be in time, though? Wei stepping forwards, Thundering Blow away, crash down, Magnet Storm. Does a decent amount of work to get away. And actually, they're trapped under turret here. Flash on forwards, Wei's in danger. The turret shots come on down. Shockwave is still available. Flashed away from 1 for 1 right now. As though Tibber's value does bring low Cream. Lots of summoners below. Gala had to flash that Shockwave. Wei dies as well. Navi threatening Mako there. Dragon a minute and a half. No way around. And 1-for-1, they're not awful for top esports. Can look to defend this okay. Trying to wave clear with the deadly flourish. Chovy gets on top of the Shy, who's inside his own hallowed mist. Carla just brings down Hundo. 369 tries to get to value and can't. Oh, they tried to play it out and they just don't have the damage. 369 too late to the party. He TP'd in for that. Maybe a 3-item angle for top esports. Maybe that gets you back in. No Starex, no Black Cleaver, no GA. He goes in and he will get melted to the burn a bit more again. The row has been keeping him alive. It means his shockwaves haven't exactly been deadly. Mako, deadly flourish, hook. But there's Wei. They just don't have the damage. Hung's now in danger. Command protect, buy some time shove, but not quite into the wall. And Wei's just fine. They don't have any damage. Hook again. Shockwave for Sonya's. Hung needs to flash away. Depth charge comes on down. Interrupts Wei getting over the wall. Chovy trying to get some damage down themselves. They just don't have any damage at all. The health bars are barely moving. Chovy's going to go down. No armor penetration. Too much armor. Too low damage. And top esports cannot fight anymore. That's surely going to be Baron. And probably game. Wow. Well, top esports had this game until they fumbled around the Grubs. They fumbled around the Heralds. Gave a lot of gold back. And Wei became an unkillable monster in the front line. The damage just isn't there. And we are going to 9 games today. The LPL is offering a triple blockbuster back to... Double tank, depending on how Galio built, plus a Jarvan. You have got a lot of dive and screw you in a particular circle. Wei, potentially going to find an angle here. Flag, drag, nice angle onto Cream. Winter Warlock, quite enough flash. Oh, Cream just flashed earlier. Chovy was just about around 15 with the Great Exodus. Was on Invictus Gaming alongside Cacao. That's when I started supporting the team, actually. Oh, Cream. Hang on, Gravity Field is solid enough. We'll buy a bit of time. Mako gets stunned up, throws down the Arcane Storm, but just doesn't have quite enough damage. But actually, maybe you can look for some more. Flash and Tangle Barbs. In comes the Hero's Entrance. Try to drive in some more. Here, we'll be able to get some value as flashing forward for Chovy. Wei will try and flag and drag out. Mako, Grand Entrance away. Upheaval lands. I'm chasing for some more. Lots of Summoners blown. Mako. Driving into a wall. Impale. Oh, and he failed the flash. Mako, no! Gravity Field after. Nice pickup. That's unfortunate. Okay, engage. True shot barrage. Nice kill onto the Nico. Jackie now in the Cataclysm. Flashes out. And they get the flash, they get the ult, they get the kill. Very nicely done. Dragon we go. Secured handily by Invictus Gaming. Gauge onto Chovy, has to flash away. Fortunate. Pop Blossom comes on down. Damage is decent. Driven into a wall. Impale after. Oh, that CC chain is foul. The Shy flashes. He still likely dies to the Arcane Storm takes. No way, Hero's Entrance. Oh my days. He's got the Equalizer after. It's brutalizing, though. They burn everything to keep the Shy alive. And they do just about. But look at the health bars. They're all so damn low. They are so lucky to only lose one. True shot barrage. Just wides. We'll get out to take alteration, but you're still in 1 item on this Ezreal. Cashing the Carl. Trying to body block here, using the clone well. Pop Blossom comes across onto Mako, going to turn it around with the quickness. That's just a dead Nico. Turning around back onto Wei. Hero's Entrance. Jackie will go up to the sky and times it well. Wei in danger. Doesn't quite burn out until just now. The knockup is good, but the Winter War won't keep Rookie alive for that much longer. Jackie caught on the wrong side of a little bit of this. They do get the Herald. Ends up being a 1-for-1. Jungler for support. The Shy looking for Jackie Love. He's got a Blast Cone to work with. Blast Cone's back. Mako potentially in danger. They're TPing back in with Galio. Hang on, this gets a bit spicy. Cream doesn't have a lot of mana. Can they get a force here onto the mid lane turret? TP in from this Rumble. Flashes away. Buys a bit of time. Gets knocked up. Does the damage onto Mako. The turret shots come on through, but they won't be enough to keep him alive. Can maybe look at the Shy, though, who's low, but Kanavi can't find the damage. He's actually going to get charged onto. Cream looking for more, but has, like, no mana. Trying to burn him out. Doesn't quite have enough. They don't have the tank killing right now in the early game. Jackie looking potentially to bring down Mako or the Shy. Went very low from all of this. Dragon is also spawning. Rookie's TP'd in. Herald also getting dropped. And IG have stuck around on the map very long to make a lot of these plays. And yes, you got the Rumble, but you are going to lose his mid lane tier 1 to the Herald charge. Well. Dragon started. Jackie needs to be a touch careful stepping up there. Yeah, because that'll happen, Jackie. Oh, good grief. That's just bad. I hate to say it. That's what it is. That one ain't great, Jackie Love. Overplays his hand. The Shy might now be in danger on the bot side, but he's still pretty damn tanky. He's got a blast cone potentially to get out to safety here and just drives away. Jackie Love dying randomly in mid lane. Say it ain't so. That was just so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Couple minutes till Dragon. Be soul point for IG, who have lost feats of strength. It's worth noting because top esports did get the objectives, and that first turret with Herald in mid lane. 369 gets the equalizer down before dying. Hero's entrance again from Rookie, point blank. Finally brings 369 low. Pop Blossom flash into the impale, and this is what we were worried about with the overdives. Flashed away from Rookie, 1 for 1 as it stands, and IG have been able to have the HP bars to get to run away. Gala flashes out, Rookie flashes out. And they trade top laner for jungle. Proverbial loads. They are out of ammunition. Hang on. Call of the Forge God. There's the one ult they do still have. Jackie will ult over it. Stays alive. Cream in the backside. Okay, what if I go? He survives. Gala does not. Mako falls to Jackie with a deadly plumage. Atakan resetting. The Shy and Rookie doing their best. Ways back out on the map. They're back to the Atakan. Jackie could still be in danger. Cream can TP back in. Well, maybe they need to. Down to 10,000 HP. IG have got their jungler coming. It's not the fastest. They are burning this slowly. Wave will be in range to smite, steal this TP back in. In goes the Shy with that searing charge. The Bellows Breath, the Flame, Feather Pull. The Shield is wide. Jackie inside the Cataclysm. Flash out from Way. He's out of the gravity field. 369 burning people down. Where is Cream's damage? Way. The Shy running away. The laser comes on down. Rookie, though, is still so high HP. Trying to get the kill onto the Shy. The Torp for the Shield and Durand. They're too tanky! You got the kills, just back off and reset. You didn't have to flip it. Rookie backs away at 6-0-4. This Galio is a menace. Back to life. Pop Blossom, Cataclysm. Jackie up into the sky. They do kill off Way. That's nicely done. But on the other side, the Shy getting a lot of damage down on Jackie, who's caught behind the Volcanic Rupture. They killed off the jungle to support. The Feathers come pulling on back, and the Shy cannot get onto Jackie until he flashes on forward. Rookie, get onto the backline, but he's in a 1v2. Does it matter as Gala is free firing? 369 doesn't know where to turn the barbecue. Trying to get the damage. Another knockup. Rookie! Shield of Durand! Galio is the only defender Demacia will ever need! Two incredible fights in a row. Rookie just won't lose, will he? That's kind of wild. I'm not going to lie to you, that's kind of wild. Jackie's in the Cataclysm. Will flag and drag out. Hang on, this might not be a bad angle. Trying to jump in, but Mako with the quickness in the grand entrance gives Gala a lot of space. The Populus comes on through. Re-engaged by Hung to get onto 2, but there's the Impale. Should actually bring down Mako, but it's not the most valuable target. The Shine on 1v5. Chaos Storm rolling. In comes the Hero's entrance. They're looking to turn it around. That's a knock up on the front line. 369 with the equalizer is solid, but look how tanky Rookie is. Forcing multiple members back. And it ends up being only the one loss, and Jackie's burn flash. Hung looking to throw a boulder someone with the upheaval. Impale. Oh, Kane shifted away. Knive down the critical ult. And now Gala free to step forwards, abuses range. There's the knock up. Pop Blossom hits no one. It's an airball. And make over the backline, and the quickness comes on forwards. And Cream caught in the cataclysm. Victor is a lie of a name. It's looking like you will be second best at A-Top eSports. Second best to Invictus Gaming. I just stand staring up Craig's rookie. A Death Crown! Knight's supposed to be the king of mid in the LPL, but Rookie is having a killer split of it. Shield of Durand, Winds of War, 369 health bar, non-existent. Justice Punch! Looks a little unfair to me. The aura of the law is long indeed. What's 8-1? We're smirking. BLG had fumbled, dropped a series. Their nearest competitors. Great game one. A little volatile, don't get me wrong, but when they snowball, they still look damn good. And Invictus Gaming going, oh, lost a series. Are they just disappointing us again? Must be the best team potentially on form. Wow, Rookie in the Shy, what a great split. And then the game one happens, you go, God. Beginning of game two happens, and you start wincing a little more. And now, the series looks all but theirs. The Shy eats a bit of damage there as Jackie does get to deliver, but doesn't get the feather pull. In they go, quickness in, knock up, Heroes entrance and Victor down. They get another. Mako is traded, but it is a worthy sacrifice on the altar of Invictus Gaming as they find their way to the series win. Our marathon LPL day ends with Foamtown favorites, with worldwide favorites. Invictus.